Of course, it is still Millennium Kwacha that you are watching right here on Millennium TV. It is a Friday. Now, what is a Friday? What a bit of some entertainment to get to lighten up, of course, our mood. We'll be getting to a conversation as we get to analyze an industry in the country that over the past few years we've seen some growth. We've seen some investment, and of course, we're still trying to see how best we can better this particular industry to ensure that the writers, the directors, the actors themselves, you know, the makeup artists as well, the people that are in charge of the costume, get some little monies or more money that they can be able to sustain themselves, and also one particular thing, get to put Zambia on the map in regards to the film industry. Joining me on set, I do have the privilege to host Chisha Cholan. He is, of course, an actor, and we'll be talking about this particular Zambian comedy movie, a series that will be running, of course, being premiering today. My Family Wahala is also part of the movie. Good morning to you, Chola. Thank you so much for coming through.
Good morning. Thank you so much. It's a privilege to be here.
Next to me, I do have Onechi Lwende. If you followed Zambian movie scenes, definitely this is not a face that you cannot miss. He is, of course, an actor, writer, producer, and, of course, award-winning director.
Thank you, and it's great to be here. My first time on Millennium. So
you
really
definitely are welcome. Feel free. Usually we give our guests coffee, but we look at the weather is friendly, so we won't have coffee.
Okay.
You won't have coffee.
We'll
you should bring it.
Definitely. So I'm happy that we are doing great things today, having this particular movie that's going to be premiering today on Zambezi Magic comedy. We do have other movies or series on Zambezi Magic, on you know, that are also in the world of comedy. But before we go to talk about My Family Wahala, let's talk about the Zambian entertainment industry. I'll start with you, Onechi.
Thank you.
You have been in the game maybe for more than half of my years, you know. How would you describe the growth the growth in the entertainment industry, the movie industry to be specific?
One thing I loved about your opening remarks was how you highlighted that there's been growth and there's more to be done for everyone, not only just us sometimes who are in front of the camera, but even the people in the back, your makeup artists, grips, everyone. I think when I embarked on this journey 23 long years ago, I always had this vision and this idea in my mind that somebody could go to school for carpentry, get a qualification, and work a full lifetime doing nothing but building sets for movies, and retire with a pension, and the kids would have gone to college and gotten married. That was literally the vision that I've always maintained, and what that actually means is an industry, an actual viable industry where people can work, make decent pay, and be able to do this for their full lifetime. And we're taking baby steps to that, and we have to be a bit realistic about it. Hollywood has 100+ years of innovation, of growth, of trial and error to reach where it is. And believe it or not, most people don't know that actually the Zambian film industry started in the 1920s. So we've been making movies here for a very long time.
I think back then, before maybe we got to see actually television, you know, being better, and it was than it is today, as it is today rather. What we used to see was Tusowelo on the Zambian National Broadcasting, NBC.
Yes.
Yeah, so that was all part of the growth.
Absolutely, absolutely, and it's exciting to watch. I mean, it's been exponential growth. I think the quantum leap happened when Lawrence Thompson did the Cabanana. I believe that was in the year 2000. That was the springboard for the modern Zambian film industry. It all kind of picked up from there. Because before that, we had Play Circle, and we had great actors. I mean, some of my favorite Zambian actors, you know, the late Greg Lungu, you know, Augustin Lungu, all these guys were brilliant. But we took that step into the modern age with Mr. Thompson and Cabanana. And, you know, now we have Millennium, and now we have avenues such as Zambezi Magic, and people are beginning to enter into our industry with real dollars and that are making an actual impact on the lives of those of us who are involved in this process. And one thing I'm excited about My Family Wahala, the show that we alluded to earlier, is that we're also getting great gender representation.
Yeah.
So our showrunner, the visionary behind it, is a woman, Ellen Banda Aku. And the leads are ladies, Mutinta, Mwanza, Grace Ramsey. So in front and behind the camera, even in our crew, our first AD, we had a lot of strong women. So involved in the project. So it's really exciting about when you consider the evolution that's happening.
Okay, let me come to you, Chisha.
Yes.
You've also been in this particular industry for quite some time. We appreciate your effort. But let's talk about how easy is it to start? How easy is it for somebody who's got, maybe in school they do drama, they're part of the drama club, and they see themselves to say, okay, I want to be the next big star in the Zambian industry. I want to be recognized as this particular person. We can go back, of course, to the Jasons of the Kabananas and whatnot. So how easy is it to actually penetrate this particular movie industry in the country?
You know, the problem as of now is that a lot of young talents want quick fame and quick money. When they see, for example, Logic on screen, or when they see Onechi on screen, they're like, oh, I want to be that particular person. And they want, in the next few days, they reach that particular height. But if you ask me, I've been in a lot of movies as a supporting act. Maybe even just a one-time act. You know, those that on the script there's even just man one, man two. But you have to take those opportunities because you're learning. It's a learning process. So you can imagine from the time that I've been acting, from 2010 when I was young, I was doing drama. I went into tertiary school. I got into a society, drama society. This is when I'm getting my first gig of being a main act. All right. Now you can imagine from that time I've been sharpening the talent. I've been pushing myself to do auditions, to learn how to act, to learn how to, because you learn through interactions like with these legends. You learn quite a lot of things, and it's really a learning process. So my advice would be for those people who would want to get into film, try out as many auditions as you can, and also try to sharpen your skills. There's TikTok now. People are sharpening their talent through TikTok, through Reels, through different platforms that are there. So it's not an easy journey, but you have to be focused, you have to be determined, you have to also social network, because opportunities don't just come to you like that. You have to know people as well, get to introduce yourself, go to premieres and movie premieres and stuff like that, so that you can get to know people and interact with them, so that you can have. Funny thing, let me talk about Pali. I just featured in Pali season 4. How I got into that is through just a simple interaction with one of the directors, and they gave me an opportunity to audition. Same with My Family Wahala, the movie that we're here for. Through interactions with the production manager of he was doing Zua at that time, Malcolm, who is the director for My Family Wahala. Right. Through that interaction, I got an opportunity to audition, and I believe you, I actually beat the 6 guys that were auditioning for my character, which is a good thing because you sharpen your talent, you work on each so that you can be your best and be able to just unleash that particular character out. So it's really a journey that you need to be ready for. Okay. Yes, sharpen it, get to social network, whatever platforms even if you send an audition video and they don't get back to you, just continue. Do not give up. Just keep on pushing.
Let's talk about what we are premiering today, My Family Wahala. You told me that it's comedy. It's not the only thing that I know, enjoying. They are the main actors. So what is this all about? What difference are you bringing to our screen when we get to watch My Family Wahala?
I'll let him answer that.
Please.
Okay. Well, the fantastic thing about My Family Wahala, it's a sitcom, so it's a comedy. Now, traditionally in Zambia, our take on comedy has been more what we call slapstick, where it's more of the physical, more like Mr. Bean kind of humor. Yeah. But we took the approach of going for a more scripted format. So when you watch this show, there are parallels you can draw with.
So what you're saying that there's English. in this type, in this
Actually,
manner. There's English.
And it's not even exaggerated. It's a fair mix. And by the way, he's hilarious in the show. I would crack up when we had scenes together. I would be cracking up, and he's great. But you know, if you look even in our own history as Zambians, a lot of us grew up watching Fawlty Towers, Mind Your Language, The Cosby Show, Family Matters. So my Family Wahala is in that vein. So it's a scripted comedy, but it is hilarious. And Ellen, our showrunner, she wrote one of the most funniest, most competent, excellent scripts I've ever read.
Yeah.
Give us something. What is it about? Yes, Family Wahala. So we've got chaos in this particular family. Just give us something.
Yeah. So initially, even just, I don't want to give out a lot because of course I want people to watch.
No spoilers.
Yeah, no spoilers. I want people to watch the show.
But just
today.
maybe there's a guy and
So, well, there's this lawyer, the main lead, Motinta, who is married to this guy who is a troublesome guy. Troublesome because he's got children, 2 sons, that the wife didn't know about, and then they just appear. I know. Imagine you're married to a guy, and then 2 children come to your house and say, "I am this particular person's son."
On the same day.
On the same day. So it just causes all the commotion, and then she's wondering how, when, how did this happen? And then as she's trying to talk to him about it, he says, "Well, we're done." All right. So yeah, already confusing. So it's something that people need to look out for. It premieres today at 19:30. Zambezi Magic. It's a very hilarious sitcom, and it has 26 episodes. 26 episodes. So you're going to be laughing all throughout till December 2022. Hopefully we get into 2021 with 2023 with a season 2. Actually.
Thank you so much for coming through. It's been a pleasure to host you. Yeah.
All right.
To come. And hopefully you'll have us again.
We will definitely. So of course that was our interaction. We're just looking at the entertainment industry, of course, in Zambia, specifically the movie industry, as I was hosting Tisha Chola and of course Onechi Luwende, and of course the emphasis so much today. 1930, you said.
Yes,
Zambezi Magic. Just tune in, and of course to be able to tell us on the other side. We're going to short break. When we get back, definitely we'll be having more conversations right here. This time around, we'll focus on the revelations coming through from the Food Reserve Agency in regards to the floor price for a 50 kg bag of maize being at 160 Kwacha. We get to hear views coming through from Mr. Noah Simkonde, that particular regard.